What's up? What's good? The Wolf is here. No, this is not Doom. No, this is not, Wolfenstein or something else like that. This is the classic game series of Quake. This is Quake Champions, a brand new entry into the series. The reason why it looks like it did back in the day is because it looks and feels and plays and everything just like it did back in the day. They did not try and remake it into a modern day version or anything. It is quick, it is fast, it is deadly. Now, if you are sick of so much blood and gore of, say, like Doom, this would be a perfect game for you to hop into, especially if you have a computer that can run it. And I was checking this game out on low settings. It runs even pretty good on that. So if you have a lower end laptop, you can actually hop in and enjoy some of the fun. You can also program. So all the newer games, everything that's run on Windows now, is programmable for Xbox controllers, and I think also a PlayStation controller. But you can't quote me on that because I didn't actually try it. But I did try this game with an Xbox controller. It works. It's just not, the game is built for a keyboard and mouse. So the Xbox controller was a little bit janky, I'd say. That's probably the best word I can say for it. It wasn't fluid, but it worked. So if you are looking for a way of hopping into this game and getting your hands on with the newest of the Quake series, then yeah, you can hop in with the controller. So it's really, this is one of the very first games of the generation of genre of shooters that were almost like an esports way back in the day. It was this and Doom, and I guess Unreal Tournament was around back then too. And so yeah, it brings it back to the roots. It brings it back to the old LAN party days. It brings it back to setting up computers, side by side and trying to do the thing. Now, yes, some of these gameplay videos I'm going to be putting up, I am losing. I am doing kind of poorly. That's because this is really one of the first shooter games competitively online that I was really trying to get into because, yeah, I'm a console guy. Everybody knows this. I played pretty much all my shooters have been on the Xbox for the past almost 10 years. I've been getting into PlayStation also, even with the shooters and everything. The Nacon Pro controller for PlayStation has helped out a lot. If you're one of those people like myself that likes Xbox controllers, you can use that, and also works on the PC. So if you want to play Quake with an Xbox style controller and you don't have an Xbox style controller, or you only have a PlayStation, I would really recommend checking it out. It is the expensive side. It's a Pro controller, so it's like a $150 controller, but it works really good. Reprogrammable buttons and all that stuff. Anyways, back to the Quake thing. Like I said, as you can see, very fast paced, so you do have to have your reflexes up there. It takes a second to get into the game and really get your footing, get to get the feeling of the game, get to the level of competition that everybody else is kind of coming in at, especially if they play like games like CS:GO and all that stuff. And of course, everybody's still having a good time, as you can see. In between rounds, starting and ending and all that, there is a kind of a quick little breather. So you have, I think it's, 10 seconds, 30 seconds, something like that. And then it's right back into the action where you're shooting, each other down. And one of the main game modes I was really getting into was the free-for-all game mode on here. It was really fast-paced. You didn't really have to worry about teammates. It was just, right in there, get your kills, get your weapons. Now, on the weapons part of things, as you'll notice, you have to pick up your weapons kind of like a Halo. It's very old school. Like I said, they didn't try and monetize it. They took the old formula and they were like, hey, whatever's not broke, we're not going to try and fix it. We're not going to try and screw with what people knew and loved from back in the day. Now, for the younger generation like me, if you did not grow up in either the 80s or 90s when those games came out and were big and popular and going before the Call of Duty craze, before the Battlefield craze and all that stuff, yeah, it's a bit of a learning curve, but it's a very doable learning curve. I would definitely suggest anybody that can get access to this game, I would definitely say give it a try. I was playing this. I played in between this and Battlegrounds and what was the other one? There was one other beta also going, and I tried Lawbreakers. I tried Lawbreakers. To tell the absolute truth, I kind of like this a little bit more. I like Quake a little bit more than Lawbreakers, just because it was, this game is very it's very easy to get into, but it's hard to master. It's one of those types of games. The core mechanics are very simple. You pick up a weapon, you run around, you find your targets, you learn the map, bing bang boom, and you're good, and you're golden, and you're running around doing your thing. Lawbreakers is a lot of learning the class steps, figuring out a gun that's right for you, and figuring out your character. Now, one of the things also on the characters with this, a lot of cool characters. There was at least 3 characters out of the, I want to say there was about 6, maybe 7 characters in this beta that, it's, at least 3 of them are actually really cool. They even got the guy from Wolfenstein in there, the newer version of Wolfenstein. So if you're a fan of the newer, modern day Wolfenstein games, as you can see the characters right there as I'm talking about them. Okay, a little bit more than 7. I think there's like 10 actually right there. It's been about a week or so since I've actually played the game. I've just been busy. Haven't got around to making this video yet. So, yeah, the guy from Wolfenstein's on there. He's pretty cool. You got the blue-haired girl that's on here. She can actually go invisible, and you can actually rush around the map and everything. You can still kind of see the people when they're invisible, of course. You know how shooters do it. But it's a very good tactic if there's a lot of people surrounding each other. You can kind of sneak in there and you can get maybe a couple of shotgun kills or whatever. Now, the kills, time to kill on here, as you can see, it can be with certain weapons. You have to find the weapon that's working for you. Shotguns work pretty decent. I noticed, I was like, you know what, let's go with the submachine gun. If you watch my other videos on other games, usually submachine guns are my forte, shotguns not so much. On this, the double barrel shotgun was pretty good, just like a Doom. The machine guns take a while to get a kill with unless you are very precise with the headshots. So it took me a couple nights of running around the maps and getting the feeling and control of the mouse and keyboard to finally be able to line up the headshots. When I did, it was a little bit easier, I would say. Not the easiest thing in the world, of course, because like I said, the time to kill with the assault rifles are it takes a while. Everybody is very, like a big bullet sponge on this game. They're very, susceptible to just taking a lot of pain and a lot of damage. Now, as you can see, you have other abilities on here too, like the glowing purple. I can't quite remember what the glowing purple was all about, but I do remember. I think it was maybe increased damage or something. Again, don't quote me. It's been about a week or so since I played this. Yes, you have armor upgrade, or not armor upgrades, but armor pickups that you can get around the map. Also, you have health pickups that you can get around the map too. So there's no auto, health regeneration like say a Call of Duty or a Battlefield. You have to go around and pick up health packs. Very old school style, and yeah, it still works with this stuff. It makes you very, it makes the battle very intense and everything. It makes you kind of weary of whether or not you're getting hit or not. As you can see, I was really spinning around. It's just my mouse. I got I have a thumb operated mouse instead of one that and I know there's a lot of people like the pro players be like, what? No way. Why would you be using that? I literally have a Pro Series mouse that came with my computer, but I like using, because I'm a console guy, I like using the thumb mouse. I just find that, I push the sensitivity up through the roof, and then I just use the thumb mouse where if I do one swipe, I can pretty much spin around, and I can get my aim right on point where I want it to be. So you can see right here, I am chasing stuff around. I was just watching the Lord of the Rings. This map is kind of reminding me of like the Lord of the Rings castles and everything. So yeah, that was Quake. There is a lot of good potential in it, a lot of Halo type deal stuff in there, and yeah, if you get a chance to check it out, I definitely highly recommend it. It's been the Wolf. This has been another video, and I will check you on the next one.